Now, you did warn us last time that we weren't going to see anything dramatic in the Supreme Court of Appeal. Nobody was going to yell, there wasn't going to be any new evidence, and I suppose many South Africans sat glued to their television sets yesterday hoping for something, but really what we saw was a lot of legal argument on stuff we'd already heard about.
Absolutely. I think there was the hope that the 5 judges would hand down their ruling yesterday because they've got the full record, they've had the heads of argument from both the state and the defense. So technically speaking, they could have given their ruling yesterday, but I think it's correct that they now go back again and deliberate more. It's a case that is in the media and everybody in the world is looking at this particular decision. So I'm just hoping they will come back with their judgment fairly soon. But it was quite quick yesterday, I thought.
It really was. Now, how long can we anticipate before they come back with a judgment?
Well, that's a difficult question, but I think, they know that everybody wants a decision fairly soon. So I think they will come back, hopefully before the court closes. The court probably closes mid-December. I think they will come back before that. You might have disagreement amongst the judges. It doesn't have to be unanimous. It could be 3-2 or 4-1, or the problem arises. Well, if there's complete dissension, but there are 5 judges, so hopefully the 3 will outvote the 2 or the whatever. So it might take a bit longer than one would think, but the facts are there. I have always said it's not complicated. We're not dealing with complicated technical stuff. Yes, the whole issue of dolus eventualis, but it has been dealt with by the Supreme Court of Appeal before. There are precedents. It's not something unique in our law that hasn't been dealt with by our courts before. So there are other cases they can refer to, and fairly recent cases. And then obviously the facts of this particular case. I mean, a lot of evidence was led, but you can get to the real issues here on the facts, and those 4 shots fired into a tiny little toilet. Does that equal murder, particularly when there was no imminent threat?
Now, what was very interesting to those of us who haven't seen a Supreme Court of Appeal in action before was that the judges were very involved in the process, jumping in with questions, asking a lot, and really interacting with both Gerrie Nel and Barry Roux. Is this typical?
It is. It's pretty typical in appeal matters, in the lower courts all the way through to the Supreme Court of Appeal, and in actual fact in the Constitutional Court as well. And I think it's a good thing because you're also getting an idea which way the judges are going, but again, they might give one side a harder time than the other and come back and you see something unexpected after they've gone and thought about it, and when they're actually writing the judgment, and they might say, oh, we were thinking this way, but now maybe we're thinking the other way. So the interaction is good. Obviously there's the decorum of the court, and everybody in the court treats everybody else with the necessary respect. So this is not an unusual occurrence that you have this kind of let's call it debate in court, and maybe a judge has made up his or her mind before they walk into court during the appeal, and if a lawyer can kind of answer the questions and persuade, that maybe they can change the minds of a judge or judges who might be thinking in a particular way before they've heard this kind of debate and general discussion in court.